I don't know if yourself, maybe you not be get opportunity for listening this. You know, we don't get opportunity yet for go through the Auditor General report. But yourself now one part them people will be the see headline and yourself be join the bandwagon for begin discredit the Auditor General. Discredit the report. The 2019 report. After you don't listen to the Auditor General. Who's are you there now? What are you take now? You can imagine Ministry of Finance, the ministry where they disburse money, where they in charge of we finance, where they pay. In get 50 people enforce. Where the auditors them, they not see appointment letter for. They not see transfer letter say na one department then come out candy. Eh? They don't see nothing. It ain't na their own payroll. Hey. And but now this na the same minister we don't see dumb na radio say what's na $6,000. $6,000 na nothing to government coffers. That's what he been say. He say $6,000 na nothing to government coffers. So I guess then people lend it, how much then they pay them? You hear the Auditor General say people go hire people go do things, they no one made them ask them. Not to the bagbati they talk about. Eh? And say, can we please, for the sake of Mama Salon, see this 2019 report as an exposure? It's good. Very good. ACC, they come now, they explain. But in the two things the way ACC don't can't tell with us, where people and they take an out for discredit the Auditor General and the report. Now what's that? You see, because we know they read. Because if you read and understand, you gonna say what did the auditor then say and what did anti-corruption say. They're not that far from similarity. Eh? Auditor go, he said they not see 47 laptop because the paper give a description of the laptop. Then if they give them different laptop, not to the laptop that one day, not auditor, not get time for go begin. No. Now then took 47 laptop come to ACC. ACC back say it don't receive 47 laptop, but however, when they look the procurement slip and the laptop them not to the same. But still yet, we want for discredit. Eh? Over and over, the Auditor General, they talk about waiting. Accountability. Action. It's a procurement. Na the number na the. Simple one, that time for waiting. For the Nakovac Motokarem. Simple one. Procurement man come, he say na 30 brown new vehicle. Me? The Deputy Minister Sadiq Silla, Transport Aviation, say he begin clarify SUV not SUV to Prado. Then do that one day. Lo and behold, waiting happen now, Padem Motokadem. I don't know if you be there. Indeed, 2 motocar been they doing a old motocar, not a new one them. In case you know be there. 2 motocar did they when a old one them, not a new one them. So for the Nakovac boss bingo AYV that time we say, well, some use. He was right. Two bin the day when I use one. But then collect money for 30 brand new. And you know say the Dabaru play, even the SLISA, they say they get their own day. Because waiting do, they want them with the odometer read very high. For the paper, the registration paper, that life card when they can give us alone. For the registration, this and that, then reduce the number significantly. Then reduce them so that you go tell like the new one them. The mileage. Then reduce them. 2. So what you want to say? Many of time people can call say the president gets a good heart, but not the people that we surround them. But again, na he hire them. Na he hire them. The same way people and they accuse the previous president, the former president Kuruma, say APC then div. Na he hire the people. So not to wake up to this now, we want for differentiate. Because if you hire somebody, he misbehave, you not take action against them, what do you expect? Then people can go think, say, well, something I made them put on the for making self get in your own court. But Salon, who don't see we on? Civil servant to politician or anything as long as you get for do with government, who don't suffer at the end. Why? The question is this: where, when, why, how? If you know the answer, one of them, then they not call. You for pick one. But before that, make I begin come with to panelism. Yes, Usfriend, you get the platform, sir. What thing you get for it today?
Yeah, thank you very much, Triple A, for giving me the platform, and thanks to all the listeners and viewers here. Regarding this audit report, and there are a lot of things we want just look into. But all it come to the area of how mortal man they take for look individual things. And the mortal man, their behavior in these days globally, especially in institutions which are regulated by government or being sponsored by government or finance or whatever they will try to do towards developing them or for let them be able to perform their duties. All right. It comes to an area where people and the way that they perceive them is very unethical. And the corruption, they always come in that area there. And we think it always bring about this wire, it gets a lot. But we know say the job they don't do as Auditor General, then they get a lot of obstacles in terms of people and they give them information, some they delay, some they only give them access, and then self-being gets actually a problem of them capacity. But yes, still they manage in terms of finance. But the area where that compliance audits, where they deal with the law and how the law they in place with the law where they then get, and then the law where the one that we give them the money or the donor or in terms of waiting the una for una be able for do waiting una for do. They expect you for do that too law they are anything take a look into them. And some of the areas that they lack but who side would them be able for teach them. So the side when are the financial one are the main one who the audit. In actually they look about statements when are financial statements. The woman explain how many it can look somehow very variable. He talk say that people can change once in a while, and the opinions in back in different. But here now, the final one now, then you go look waiting really your performance be. And so on them, they're not look into all the other, they're not just on performance. But that three things they are buying from putting them. You go look on the area of the waiting and talk about the timber, you go talk to sometimes that performance, they don't perform well. So then they not go, then the side one of the finance side not hold them because of the performance and type of law they put there. When they say the law, they not do better calculation, they do estimates. All right, that's on one side. And then you come back to other areas, them like now, one of the most serious thing, one of the health issue in a salon, what we look about, to just talk about the NACOVAC itself, well, a state of emergency don't come in the country because of this situation here. And this state of emergency don't affect, but who are fasting the changes of laws and so on. So because of this, what the government do, then put what's in an emergency fund. And during this emergency fund, what them been do at the beginning with all the other opposition party, CSOs or other organizations, then begin to try for comment say, you know, fair, that the constitutional instrument we then use when at 21, and then get a regulation when a provision when at 8, where they try for toxic, then will only give a report of what they don't do, the money or whatever they don't do, through the administrator of funds at the end of the COVID outbreak, or in terms of the term of office, in the term of duty, that institution of the NACOVAC couldn't create. All right, so that was the previous one. But when you begin look sometime in April, things then begin to change. You they see even NACOVAC in performance and they try for change certain things then things that begin to come inside, then they go on the air, then they try for clear out some things, then question, they come in and out. Then you will begin look, say, first of all, then don't say now we will begin do what's in a 6-month report. One of the deputy coordinator of the NACOVAC will be a Sheku Bangura. Because in the first place, the NACOVAC it then get a two-body wouldn't be great. Then we get the presidential task force, and then we get the actual NACOVAC they will be in the field, we including Solomon Jamiru, other people, then we did. But the presidential task force, then they work indirectly with the NACOVAC. And a day you get I think the vice president, the president, of course, and overall, they will get the finance minister, then you get other people, a few ones that will be there, that presidential task force. But most times, we not begin see them. The only time we begin see one part of the task force, one of the deputy finance minister, Sheku Bangura, that was towards this time here where things then begin to become a bit hot of say people in the watch and keenly know what they do. So you get for can't take the first place, then tell we say first of all in April, in terms of April, like that and May, between April and May, then been getting 30 vehicles there with 100 motorbikes and 30 vehicles and bikes. I mean, when they get through the transport and aviation. So those are the 30 vehicles, first of all, we get the issues. All right. And then at later on point, then CSF go buy 5 vehicles them and 300 bikes. So don't go to 300 bikes we not cover get. And that's why in September, they procure them, then go buy them. Then get back other 20 bikes from CRS, where they've been give them, where na for let them will use an Afalaba in the western area. Then are free. Then get back other 15 vehicles, but these 15 vehicles are ESATs, one an organization we've been buying with the US Embassy, then give them motorcar they are on loan. So the motorcar they don't come Boku now. And then towards April 31st October, then get 110 vehicles will then go higher due to workforce rationale, what they say. The workforce, due to the workload that they get. But that was the time, the height of the time where people are beginning to question them about these Prados, about these other vehicles. So waiting them begin start up with, they start up for reduce the workforce because they say irrational because they don't begin to get people the way they admit. By then they begin 107 people that will be admitted at the quarantine. And the buildings have been Boku and get about over 1,110 beds for free. So then find out say the workforce in Boku. But you will find out, say, to your own judgment, you might say, okay, maybe that because pressure don't begin to come, or maybe that because of the burden. Therefore, reduce the number of people they would work by 40% with the effect of September by then. So it was the October, they cut the number down. And then again, by that time in October, then reduce the number of vehicles that would go higher, 110 to 107 to 78 vehicles. Yeah, 78. So they cut them down. So there are many vehicles now plying the routes. They may get 300 yanda, 200 yanda, then they get 110, then they give them back 15. So all those vehicles were there now. So now we come back to the area of waiting, then compliance of the audit, then go with. Then you may get somebody during the time when they say they may hire them to car there in some time. They may hire their own and see somebody not to hire the first one they wouldn't get all the management go lend them during the time. Maybe they help them. So when the camp, because I mentioned I wanted that when the camp the time now for go buy them thing there in demand now in the use for inflate the price there. I cannot tell how justifiable it is, but from waiting how they get the trend of waiting and on the follow. Now so me they feel say it happened. But the point there is somebody when they go between because of the favor what you do, it be get for inflate. So we don't know waiting that they get for bring in terms of the exchange of money or would I get for get on, then go get the inflation and they get SLR then your side. So those are the areas now you go question waiting be go on between those areas of the procurement. And then you go get for question, I'll say, first of all, again, they may get another areas of laptops. These laptops, I don't know, because sometimes the donation they will become, now the only area down the back wall, sometimes the unlucky parts of the audit, I don't know if they're able to capture that or what we say we try to read in detail. The areas they only give them donations, almost small donations, apart from the generator. They may get some other donation from I think Orange. I can't tell the right one. They're Orange, but one of the mobile company they give them mobiles, their phones. They give us some laptops and back, and then give us some tablets. Where I even remember one time where Lambrana they get for question because on 3 occasions they get question about one of the other questions about the use and how they are and they use when they present. He comments about those, but he said they are separate. So I cannot say those are the ones they don't go pull, will not go in order with waiting and procure because they get one they would give as gifts, then get the ones they would then go procure with like that 47 they are, where they say not match with waiting they give. So those areas you go down them. But those are all things where we don't count towards NACOVAC. And the areas you know where you get for that now, were they being used for the purpose? You go say, yeah, they might be used for the purpose. But you go area now where you go down now, the ones that would say go by, then the one they wouldn't be don't get to them, they give them, they don't know if not the one they wouldn't they give them, they can't show, or they just go bring ones they wouldn't go buy for imitate. So you go question that because they have other laptops when they don't have things they give them. So those are the areas you go just to get for question. Because you can't find the financial statement they wouldn't give. But the status there, it don't look somehow match with waiting they say they for do. Now for that they say the procurement arrangement you know match with their numbers there. I mean the serial number them or the brand or the brand who I say when I go buy, you know match. If you say when I go buy Dell products, when I can show it to Shiba, you know match. So those are the areas they wouldn't get for catch them. So you can't now lie the way they try to talk about this cognitive psychology would don't bring a kind of corruption in terms of individual the way they act in a parastatus. One of them tried to now be there for talk when they talk about that one way you talk, see them why they take this, they say now we own now a confirmation bias. They get the other biasness way look very bad in terms of situation. And the only way that biasness then go able for correct them, major suggestion now for let them go able for resolve the social skills of people there and the way they go get initiation for them go install them. So by that, it not go come like a kind of a trend wherein it go become a hard, like when they see them where they don't mark leaks, then they don't embalm, they don't get again polio or like so the COVID don't get again. So that is the behavior of people in the institution. Now rather in the class, they don't become a kind of a cancer because nothing when they look they say, well now we not they look based on waiting people they want for look at who they look at, how we want for see them. And how we want for see them, then we'll begin to tell you, say, the waiting with the see, with the try, we accept them. We only want for know if lost the camel or will they try for preserve gains or loss? Then one for look if there is certainty or uncertainty. Or then they try for look now for their own way. So if you look at all those kind of things, you will find out, say, these are this biasness, the way people they look at things, and the way they influence personal gains and self-control will not go there. Because of that one, they lost aversion. The aversion, they deal it a different way, and they bring risk. And the risk way they bring, and the way they accept something. And the risk we don't bring, and the risk we don't see so, what they happen to them when concern now and the thing. But it all comes to the area of self-control. Now, me don't partake that anymore. But if that not gets solved, we can never go before until they get that education of knowing that biasness for you, when you know for think that way, think about individuals and selflessness. Now you go get for able for help. Because even one time before they go, then they try to talk about now, then the audits, even the World Health Organization. And even if then we don't do on trade, but now then they try for do and back. Why? I ask the question why they ask, but the person can answer that question because then they suspect say these donors themselves coming in, we are part of all these things, suspecting them, the end use. So all those kind of things. So now they are no more for being transparency, but they pray let this get for gold water with the woman don't go so let you know go down the drains so that we'll be able to see the country go before. And thank you very much for getting the platform. Let God continue for bless you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Usfrain.
Yeah.
Make we come with Doctor. Make we hear you. Waiting to get for we. Yes, Dr. Aisatuka Kejalo, you get the platform.
Yes, hi. Good evening, everyone. I hope everybody did do well. Thank you to Usfred for a submission, and also we want to tell the Auditor General, and in team, plenty thank you for what they don't do. And we hope say the recommendations and what them we don't put in place or what they don't make the government and the ACC take them seriously and try for implement them. Because, where person they do them kind auditing there, so it requires a lot of, work. It requires a lot of time and effort with them put inside, along with a lot of resources where they don't put into it, and then based on the findings, then decide for come up with a recommendation where we still say if the government and the ACC, along with all the different stakeholders, and take us seriously, then will really help in how we go end certain things in the country, especially when it comes to corruption, accountability, and most of all, two things I want for really feel say we lack na Sierra Leone. We need to model the international community where the Auditor General emphasize say, not only any type of standard no more you decide for use. You get for try for use, the international model. Now then they use for really do your own editing na the country. Right? So, and those are key things, and people don't get to understand. The salon before and the salon now are two different things, and to tell you the truth, listening to her, go really tell you, say, we get the brains, we get the minds in Sierra Leone to really move that country there forward. But unfortunately, what we can tend to see, they say, then they really take, recommendations and seriously, we will really help for let the country go forward. And another thing again, waiting at the integrity of people in a salon, we come to, when they into politics, about, how for really handle things and be responsible and be accountable and no say where you don't take on a job, even if then they pay you 100,000 leones or whatever amount then they pay you, be content, understand say that your salary, not inflate prices, because doing so you really they become greedy and selfish, and make sure by doing that you really they affect other people, they affect the nation, because the nation not going to grow. Just like how we don't say and how you say today, yes, President Bio get a good intention for move this country go forward, but the people that always surround them, where you don't appoint for do certain things, then they do them right. So at the end of the day, if you not hold them responsible and accountable for what thing and they do, now in for turn back on. Just like how we don't they talk about the previous administration for waiting and waiting happen at their administration, and I make would they come, would they always talk and say, you know what, that former president they need for be accountable for whether not in do or not in cabinet members them then do. So same thing anger for can't happen is President Bill not putting foot down and start for begin to fire some of them people they are so on the spot, knowing that what they are not fit to be, in the position that he can give them. Replace the post, let understand, say, you know what, you don't perform well, you are out the door. The moment he set that example, everybody go tie them belt and begin to work for the country rather than work for themselves and putting money into their own pockets. Because I think that's where the problem is. People are just too selfish in a sense that they don't really care about the country. They don't care about the other citizens. They wonder where they go to bed, knowing that they don't even have a breakfast to take care of themselves or eat in the morning. That is really sad for one person to be inflating prices and also bringing up receipts that they bring receipts. Then when not they show at the bank statement say, you know what, now this I pay, and then you know what, something get for match, something is wrong somewhere. And then also talking about those laptops, yes, you need the laptop for track things and for documents, but you know what, you don't need for go inflate the price or go say, you know what, now this laptop I buy because I want this type of thing for my laptop and blah. That's not what you need it for. You could need something that is basic enough that can do the tracking, the data collection and documentation and transferring data from one end to the other, right? Like I believe it was in Usfred and I mentioned some donations that we can be seen and materials and self come. What about all those things? Why you not go use what in and donate to you and use the money, the resources into things them will go really benefit the country? Yet they not do that, and they all this money come. We don't talk about it here. From where at one point we count $300 million. What did they do with all that money? Waiting then really do today we really not get any answer. And the other thing also, about the people then salary. We all see how many people then being need for, begin to talk about they not pay them, and then yet you can't find out say some people then get paid way more than what they're supposed to get. That really talks about, not being in, like somebody not honest about what they do. The integrity is lacking in many people, where they serve the country. And where in a public service, you really get for be, knowing that say, anything they do, your integrity matter. You get for be honest about everything way they do. Because if you're not honest, you really try for hurt somebody out there, and eventually somebody is, really struggling because of your own lack of accountability and transparency, and most of all, corruption. We don't kill so many people in the country, either poverty or poor health conditions, and people then at the quarantine center that time, where then they suffer. When not for don't happen, then kind of places then they are inhumane. We shouldn't be having our fellow Sierra Leoneans live in those type of conditions, knowing that funds were brought into the country to help, to help take care of these type of things. But yet you go to bed, you wake up in the morning, everything is fine, and then you're happy with that. Is that what you call yourself a Sierra Leonean? Are you really a patriot to the nation? No, yet you just destroying Sierra Leone. I think, President Bill, I think these are things for you to start looking into and then really start firing some of these people, because you know what? At the end of the day, even if you are a good person, but one bad peanut within you, it's going to destroy your entire cabinet. And so now my recommendation for the president, and I hope say they listen, I hope say take some of them and implement them into policies them, as well as, Francis Ben Kaifala, really, even though you were appointed by the president, you have to be neutral. You have to, it really you got to try for work for Salon, not to for anybody they work for. Now for that country they work for. The passion we come up with, in the beginning, really, with the hope say you go back to that and really use them forces, then they let's see how we end corruption not the nation. And another thing where really come about a lot of times, during following this interview with 98.1, yes, I agree, say the journalists then need for really try for read some of the report, part of the report, and even if not in depth, them supposed to be able for really highlight and pick out key things, and which I think Mabel, she did well in terms of certain things where, where he mentioned, where the woman try to elaborate on. But at the same time, even though you expect the journalism for do this type of research or reading, and they're not going to really explain everything to the general public, I believe, say the Auditor General backing really for them try for, expand a little bit, not just saying, now make people for read. Well, now you know exactly what's in there within. Now you know the entire document more than everybody. They might not have time to read all these pages. Don't go through all this. You know the details. Yes, there are certain things are classified information you may not want to say out there, but there are certain things you should be able to really highlight to the general public for them to really understand. For say, what? Yes, you are open to really letting the public know this is what's wrong in this report. Nobody not to say let you judge anyone, but I think I feel say he spend more time, enforcing that and forgetting that, there are certain things, in need for also be the one to really say to the general public. The journalists then get questions then for ask, then say for don't do your assignments. I agree to that to some extent, but not, for say they have to read the entire report. That's just too much for them to do to really cover the story and try to get answers to certain things, right? So now that me get, and I hope say this not a learning point for many of we journalists down on the ground for understand say if you not a journalist, if you not a one way not investigational journalist, maybe where a report like this are out there, give it to that person to really handle the task. Then you cover the story where if you say it's right for you, and everybody get in your specialty where it can to auditing, where it can to reporting or reporting on news or even covering a story, right? So that's not a recommendation for all the journalists then, whether not 98.1, AYZ, all of them, because we can encounter some of these during some of the interviews. Them were very important to the nation, and with the hope say the recommendations that we're in place right now, then take them very seriously and know say they have to do something now. Otherwise, when the administration is done, they're gonna be in the same boat as the previous one, and nobody's going to contest that, right? So as you want for that we fight corruption at the country, let it start with you. Let it start with you, and I think say by doing so, we go end corruption at Sierra Leone. We go see people them back who say want for that, and the country go grow, the country go forward. All the SUVs them, whether not been brand new or not, all brand new, all 30 of them, right? Should have been used for things like basic human needs and healthcare, but they didn't do that. So I want left an also, and I hope say, then they listen, then they really do something about it. And happy holidays to everybody. And as many of us see today, I got my first dose of COVID-19 vaccine. I'm encouraging anybody that you have the opportunity to do so, go ahead and do that. So I've taken it since this morning. It was almost about 8 o'clock. And right now, not experience anything except I just feel a little bit of, tightness around the injection site, meaning, like the pain where you go feel. But I don't apply like a warm compress, just so that, I don't move my arm. So I'm getting, I'm fine. So far, I'm fine. So I just want everybody to know that. And I will come back, I'll update people how I'm feeling, if there's anything, just to really make them want to do the vaccine. If hopefully they will. Okay, so that's all I get for saying. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Yes.
Well, that's na Dr. Aissatou Kake Jallow. Na your submission that one day for today. And indeed, I don't know if you don't watch the video. We get the video on we Facebook page where they take in COVID-19 vaccine. A brave woman. Say congratulations to her. We don't get two people them who don't send ahead. We na Adama na New York and Dr. Aisatu na New York. The New York people them we don't send them ahead. And then they go test for we. For know how I get for look like. And then later now, after we see it don't work to them, we self can decide when we want for go take her. When they allow we for go take them. Make a come with Tony. Make we hear what's in a Tony you take for this. Yes, Tony to Jones, you get the platform.
Yes, Abraham. For me, I feel disappointed. And the reason why I make I feel disappointed now when I see a piece they go around this evening where ACC put out say then go then see generator Nazimi and all. For me, it shows that we're not ready for fight corruption as alone. We give more lip service than the actual achievement or the actual goal or waiting a call with the fight against. You understand? It's just about lip service, the noise around anti-corruption. For me, I felt disappointed. And I will tell you, when an auditor they go audit, you understand, they get what they call engagement letter. Engagement letter is just like we I say they come to you. Now the scope this why they can you or the where they come for the objective where they come for audit. And I give you the range of what you they look for where I come. Now you, the permanent secretary or whoever we be in charge, for make sure say you pass that information down to the appropriate head where they handle finance and tell us say, hey, look, auditors are coming, audit service they come this month, and this and this and this. Because when they can definitely they get for all meeting with Tuna. They tell them because they just go into audits like that. So send the engagement letter, then come the whole meeting with Tuna, then they start. Then they begin, it depends on who side they want for start. If we notice, he give instances of three major areas the way they look at, so especially for Salon. Then they look at financial audits, then they look at compliance audits, and then they do look at performance audits. The financial audit usually they look at, see if they go with the GAAP or IAS, International Accounting Standard, see that say the general acceptable accounting principles. If they follow all the principles, then they look at it because the financial audits basically they do with financial statements. See that they follow what method they use, see there's that consistency, or you understand, they get several things. Then the major area where now the chunk of with Salon money they disappear, wherein you find us in there is a major problem where I say now they aiding and abetting they take place. Now the compliance audits, wherein they know they follow principles, they know they follow the right things them. Now then you will see where he even mentions say prices of certain waiting then go to one seller. Where in certain things, therefore bid. Some of us have worked for private institutions, working at the finance. When we meet here self-finance, if they want to get somebody where they can supply tank, where they can supply laptop, they get 4 or 5 bid people that were the suppliers. The one with the best price, they ask them to take, and that's how you save a company money. That's how you save government money. But in this case, you go get one green person, and if you want the one green person with the suppliers, and say now in-house somebody, something that the person where you don't do. Now your wife or now picking or now inside the business. So you got conflicts of interest. So they make you finance the chunk of free money of waiting now that compliance area where it's really sad. And you let emphasis. Also, you see them go employ people there. They not get a letter, no they not file. And auditors, not to say that they come for come which, not to which until they can which hunt. When an auditor they come, now for come make sure say, when they follow the right procedures, when they go again, when they, you understand that government money is well expense and well accounted for. Wherein they spend judiciously, you not just spend like I say, now you personal money. You understand? They make you get the act of parliament. They not just they come audits by themselves. But until we get we government them where they come in power and empower. Because I'll tell you something. When we meet here, even when they send we at the region for go manage a different region them. But man, if you region take money where they supply, where they give you, where they allocate funds to you, if you not retire that money where they give, you know they get subsequent funds. Any money we can, then go give the other region that we get, they not go give you. You understand? Now, so you didn't begin so by them so doing, what you know say money they come with and get for allocate to region them, and I know I want to get problem. you go make sure say you put your books in place. Then make you get most of those most place. Then get finance department, then get finance units, the permanent sector, wherever we or the minister. Let's make sure say people are doing their job. Make sure say they ready document. If anyone knows say this laptop, then sell laptop. The person come with in quotation, what's in the call, the car receipt and this, put on a file and file them. Then make you get archive. You put on, you file them if possible, clear Musa ide. Make sure it was not genuine thing, but they're not a bit thief. You understand? Because if you do a genuine transaction, you must have supporting documents. Even when they are the way it comes to assets, then make them get fixed assets register. If you buy laptop, then therefore make sure say that laptop before they give that laptop there to all them people then they where they handle their laptop then the assets, the fixed assets accountant or whoever where they handle fixed assets, then they put label. Let me if you go now some institution, you see each asset where they didn't get number. If you go na bank or you go na USA, you go see them put Airtel 0556. This 0556 see laptop then get number because all them number they did the show. If you go check now the fixed assets register and you look at that laptop there in serial number, then now the fixed assets register. So in the case where auditor come for audit, if I say what then are you fixed assets register, a different are they for flag them up say now audit issue. You understand what I mean? So when you see audits, you see NCC, they defend, say, look at the laptop there. Would they go left the laptop there? That's bullshit. You get assets register. You don't need for a laptop go. Carry the fixed assets register. Now the auditors, they work with. The auditor not coming for call all now with their laptop for council. You say, Abraham, couch your laptop, doctor, so couch your laptop, who's a couch laptop now? If I come and check the assets register, if I not see the document, I not see document, I want to procure them or see the different thing. Make I tell you something, all this thing they talk about corruption as salon man and lip service. And this compliance area, you see, maybe they laugh. Because if really we want for fetch thief na salon, we want for fetch corruption na salon. If any ministry there where you get issues, indenting and in supporting submitting supporting documents against things that we're gonna buy, we tell them finance. We tell the permanent secretary know that they say we know they release money to a unit or whatever because you guys have pending things that we will need for clear out. And make sure say una provide them supporting document in there and go by the procurement laws wherein una go for the bid. Some things and they know we get clear cut things them. But when you look, we country, man, I mean, it's awful. It's tough. Especially when, if you're not an auditor, you know exactly what's in an audit practice, where you see how salon they move. Most of them guys in the brand, I'm a with the audit service. We have them sit on a class and everything. Remember when you sit down with them one-on-one, you don't go so somebody go care you go na buy. You go for go audit man. You go check if that man with the castle, you sabia na ipadi, but how you talk to them, you carry the person go na buy. When you see begin carry person go na buy, can't for audit carry you go na buy. Make sure it's something fishy they go on. You understand? Until we get strong laws than we are in, if you not there are many different ministries and they not provide supporting document where audit service they go, me man, who said they fly out protocols or policies, me man, they should be held accountable. Let me carry the baby say people therefore they pay, therefore they all therefore pay. If you begin get those laws where in you old people say, if I come for car audits at this ministry, who said they suspend you, they not give 10 billion. When on 10 billion, you also don't want a ministry for make boats there. They not see supporting document, they not see something tangible, they see something. Suspend you first, let you go sit down now, or make you go there. See, say something, see, other ministry, you go for kill dog before dog no see. That idea. So they make you find out, say, man, corruption rampant in the country. It is. Because you find out, say, now cover up business. Now the baby pulling audits, and it's okay. It's an unqualified audit. You understand? People then begin to go and make politics over it. No, it's not politics. When them give you procure, when they give you money, you understand? Look like one area where the baby mentioned. But when the last one we mentioned the audit, because they get financial audit, compliance audit, and performance audit. He mentioned say some parastatals now then they submit 2018 financial statements. Can you imagine? How do you expect government institution for make money? Those parastatals for make money. Even banks, private institutions, before the 35, depending on the financial year, because some company now from April to May. Some company now from January to December, the financial year. So they capture all 12 months inside the financial statement. They provide them the financial statements. If you go right now, by next month, you will see beaucoup of private institutions, then bank, they don't begin publish a financial statement. I see no reason why government institution parastatals 2020 they done. Now they submit 2018 financial statement. That tells you how we get poor system. We get poor managerial system how we manage cash. And this financial statement, they show you your activities of the whole year. Either you make profits or you make loss. How then go no way if this institution make profits or make loss? Wait up to now you not provide. Now you provide 2018 financial statements. So but good thing when you look anti-corruption, I'm not surprised the other 10 people and they give anti-corruption 5%, 10%, 15%. These are some of the reasons. The real people that want the thief people that side away, thief they go on, now they don't know they touch. They even touch those areas. Now anti-corruption they defend now, they go say, oh, look the generator they under. Then when they say, we'll go left the laptop them to anti-corruption. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about if I want for CC, they follow the protocols were set in place because each organization gets its own bylaws, gets its own regulations. Then they go for validate, for verify, and give a true and fair view of the audit. The owner they go defend. Salome man, we talk of Itranga. Salon, we alle pray, bra. Alle we pray. If we not really farm in with decisions, if we people that we did before, not farm and make sure say people that compliance level high. People that go according to waiting in the books. Remember, we go deep, they see a lot of leakages. A lot of leakages. How you go to expense money in other people? You don't go employ somebody, paper not it. Those are the leakages. Now, we don't take that. It's frustrating. But you see nothing, you see, when you see the audit, say, wow, look the leakages. Then when they talk, say, this, they just can't pay themselves, bro.
All right, thank you very much, Tony. I want to say thanks to Tony, Dr. Aissatou, and Usfriend. I get 14 where I want to make you pick one pa. Why if you say this thing happen? Why? Because I just know they were the thief. They were, the audit reports don't clearly show. So how do we try for the? He talk about accountability. He talk about action. And not say for jail, and just say make them pay back. Because it's kind of okay. Look, outside government waste money, huh? The auditors then go Zimbi, then go look for that generator there. I explain to you about the generator, right? Then anti-corruption back. When they self come for kind investigate, then go Zimbi back. Not so money more than they spend. But the one green thing, I think say anti-corruption self, people that will not do correct work, even when they say for payback list and they begin put something on top. For that expense where the government they lost just for proof something. Then for begin charge them more. Because not to show no more, we go just day. And we don't no more can pay back. Because for now, waiting anti-corruption don't pull, like that 47 laptop, then say yes, then get 47. However, not match the list, then go continue investigation. The generator, then say yes, now 65 kVA for 50 kVA, but the generator day, but then go continue investigation. Then people and they say now, oh, because of waiting me up with that, yes, will not even believe anti-corruption anymore. But why would we say this for the happen now? We know say decades ago it be the happen, yes, but we have a new direction. Based on that one day. we get a new direction. Why you feel say inside new direction this thing for happen? Now yeah, Triple pass if you want deny you. Now yeah, be done they talk and say it look like say what I don't they re. It's like say waiting be they happen, it happen. And I will be done they remind them. So we not go one way, can come out paper no match. I talk and I several times. Eh? Just tell me why if you say this will happen inside the new direction. Yes, call ID live on here. Your name and inside the call from, please.
Yeah, man, Patrick.
Yes, Patrick, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Me, I will blame the parliament because parliament not to take action. Where the auditor general don't bring in reports, you know they can't go to the president. That to parliament they can't go, and when they can't go to parliament, they know they do nothing. They know they recommend so okay, look, call them people and let the car answer. What they don't do to the money. The president to me no. Because in vision right now, where you go, you don't lose. You not get vision again, no. The president not get vision again because the vision we may get for Sierra Leone, you don't do inside that first 1 year. Now that's so normal because if you employ somebody in order to do a job, they now you the auditor general don't cancel now, so they don't mismanagement the government money for the people, taxpayer money. They not go say okay, fire the person or suspend the person. They know they do nothing like that. So right now, as done a prayer, no more now they pray for Sierra Leone. Because how long they go depend this a bit? Parliament where for the enforce the law. When they make the law, they not even do nothing. Because if now look, if Auditor General don't pull down, now you left for embarker. Enforce and so okay, yes. Now we send this person, now we get authority, let audit the government. For see what they spend, the government money or taxpayer money, that's what they spend, that's what they spend. Now they don't go bring the report, they don't hand over parliament. What the parliament don't do with that? Instead of anti-corruption back don't mix inside. They know they do now just the patap no more that they do. They know they go deep. Because they go deep, we not for the read that kind of story there. You just go the surface no more, make and make nice, let people they see say with the walk. Then they do. Like lip service. We don't tire at this country. Let me see something beyond promise new direction. It promised new direction. It don't do 3 years now in first election. We don't do that. 3 years now it enter paso. Nothing. So thief. It can't say go lock loophole. The loophole now don't turn to dam. When now leak, where see they go inside the draw. Where they talk, they sit there and they don't do it. No, you know, no consequence. Now you go thief money self now that country. They not do you nothing. They go just about talk like much no more. We can do this, we do this at the end. As you always can talk, you don't go under the carpet. Yeah, that's it. How long Sierra Leone go depend this? How long with generation with now also? Let we see some of the things that we don't, who papa there, who grandpa they don't talk about. We don't talk about for most small before we old. Let we see before picking the catica. Yeah, we don't tire. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Patrick. Yes, caller, you get 3 minutes. Your name and inside the call from, please.
Yes, Mr. Tripoli, this is Abubakar Sise from Manassas, Virginia. Yeah, thank you very much for this program. Yeah, I want to say kudos to the Auditor General for this report. I mean, for being so fair and not favoring anybody, any party. Yeah, and I appreciate Dr. Hasuka Kejalo in comment them with respect to what the president get for need for do. Yeah, this is very, very, very important. I mean, the perception we a lot of Sierra Leoneans then get, we even with this commission of inquiry, now that of a witch hunt against the Northerners and Northwest. And if allow the ACC for go very aggressively against anybody who guilty based on this Auditor General's report, then it will just solidify that perception to the people of Sierra Leone. And to me, I mean, I consider this an act of sabotage on EU government, an act of sabotage. Because if you don't count, they go after the previous government on issues of corruption, then this report can expose a whole lot of ongoing corruption on the EU government, and go after them very, very aggressively. I mean, I don't say we'll get a second term, that's for sure. And for those auditors, when sometimes they say sometimes they see that they rub shoulders with the so-called MDs who are supposed for audit, get them go to a nightclub. I mean, for them to go play them at some place. I don't know whether we also then get what they call a code of ethics. Where they say when they violate that code, they see them with people who are supposed for audit. They do them some good, whatever it is. When now some form of corruption, therefore lose their jobs. And the president not only need for fire anybody who then find guilty of corruption in terms of this report. And like you also suggested, then get for pay not only whatever way the amount we involved, but also the money we government spend for go sometimes for go prove whether in fact something that they, I mean, like for go look for the laptops or for that generator on Azimi, then get for pay the cost of that transportation for the government officials. So it's not just about them paying of whatever money that may involve. I mean, they get for make the cost of bribing as alone. They get for make the cost of bribing so high that anybody in a government position of trust, they go get for think twice for asking themselves, is it worth it? Because now where they can find and guilt and just okay, just pay the amount to involve, and that's it. They let them go. This is not punitive enough. This is not to serve as a deterrent. I mean, and therefore made the cost of being a corrupt MDA or whatever civil servant, then therefore made the cost of being corrupt so high that when you in a position of trust, you get for think twice before you allow yourself for anybody for corrupt you. Yes, then the only way we'll get for try for bring down corruption, because at this point people just say, oh, after us, if I get myself corrupt for 50 million, then still I go pay 20 million after us, I'm still benefiting. So yeah, they discourage people until the government begin for take action and we're so very punitive, where some man go think 2 times, 3 times before he decide to take that risk there. Yeah, so now your contribution I know more and Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you and your family. Bye-bye.
Same to you and yours, sir. Thank you, Abubakar. Yes, caller, you there live on here? You name and side the call from, please.
Yes, Triple. This is Momo, the call from Fargo.
3 minutes, Momo.
Thank you, sir. President Bio, if he don't tie himself to the people of Sierra Leone by promising we a different direction, a new direction. So a lot of time we would come back and comment to compare the past government, it's wrong. So we get for all and responsible because now this is promise we, and now this make it win. And now this from where kind of government, if you don't fight this corruption up to now the fight time. So for that in a short time, with the student reporter under EU administration, it's shocking. So what do you mean if you say President Bio for don't do from the starting, if for don't set EU team, audit team on EU, why is all them procurements here they come, money here they can, no say something must happen. If you really want to fight the corruption, if you don't set an audit team on EU for EU government, as in they disburse money them, as money they come in, things they come in, if the audit team they can for prevent this from happening, because when this audit reports come on now, not in they get the problem, not in they get all the bad name. So if you for them begin they stop and for them begin they check all in government side them, sometimes if for it be the work. But for the fact and get for wait somebody for after a year or two for can do audit, trust me, we will get this every time. So the government and president will get for come, who will send in your audit team, who they follow in people and what they do. If you mean don't know say me the president get a team who go for the can audit me every other month or 6 months, trust me, I go fear. Because there's always a thing say if I do this 6 months ago, then they can't check what I don't do. You go fear. But if you not get for expect that, you get for expect that in the end of the year, maybe 2 years, if they get confidence, say I go able to thief and cover up. At the end, with things that can happen. So if they really want to fight corruption, I believe say If you build no dam, it's next place for people to do this. Then for the set an auditing team for the self for audit they yourself, who they follow what they do and check all what they do. I think say that will help we. But if not that, it's sad. So now this one we get for talk.
Thank you very much, Mama.
Yeah.
Let's call ID live on here. Your name and who the call from, please.
Hey, this is not Mike. I call from Philadelphia.
Yes, Mike, you get 3 minutes, sir.
I just want to say, Triple, I don't know if you follow this timber thing or so, I hope say you follow around because then people are in the cut then tick in another country. They know the plant no tick again, And even the timber license, a 1 grain person get her, They tell what they do, no fear, no fear at all, And I just want to say, Benkefala in parliament, they're not the same people then. Everywhere they don't come for can fight corruption. They're all corrupt. Benkefala and Amman where they pan Ben business. They made them call that Imama call them Ben man. They're not they fight corruption. Now when I left them here, they're not they fight corruption. Okay. Everywhere they come for can destroy the opposition, and when they don't destroy it done. But the thing what they fight the opposition for, now the same thing then they do. The thing is what they talk about. If they fight corruption, fight them fairly. So people are on the country go gladly. Where they fight corruption one side, the people are not the gladly. Nobody no hate the corruption when they fight. Now the way when they fight the corruption, not just one side. When I fight the corruption, fair one. People that don't thief boku money inside this administration. Anti-corruption they go after them. They don't care. Well, if not the opposition also now on a teacher they so if we don't go after them, Now the thing is what they talk about, they're not they fight corruption at all. Benkefala, them man they let radio if this administration come on power, they go all on, But the other thing I want to say is parliament, they are wanna care about the people in that country, the people in the suffer, they put them people in power, they know they do their job. Una get power for holding people accountable, una know they do nothing. Nothing una know they do. And if the guys that will come overseas for go hold their position under, they're worst. They're worst past all man. Wanna come overseas for go hold position as alone. Look, wanna improve the country. Now wanna they thief past all man. Man, everybody, what's that the love day for Salone? What's that the love day? Like I mean, read one guy in comments say the pledge. What the pledge? What's that the pledge day? The love and loyalty for your country. Wanna just be going to forgot thief everything that come out of the country. And everywhere no love that country. They're not the same thing they say. Salon will not get leader they hate. A politician they get and with people that they dance to the same tune of them politicians, they wouldn't they thief the country. Right now they say money all day. Who said the money go? Then just they thief all thing, When they say no fear, fear at all, man. Now everywhere wouldn't get a power and they tell for wholly accountable. I want to thank the Auditor General. I want to thank that lady. Thank you very much for a great job. You now people who need in that country. Thank you. Me, I just want to thank that lady personally. Thank you. And I'm your contribution no more.
Thank you very much, Mike.
Hello?
Yes, you get 3 minutes.
Hey. Thank you very much, Pa. This is normal. Listen, I don't say this over and over. I'm not left for the heart to hear AAA. This is not going to go nowhere. Then to government here, 60 years. This year, the lady I listen on the 98.1 since 2011, and they don't crown and put another position there. So within that you say, they be done they come up. Commission of Inquiry was a commission of inquiry. This Auditor General, that the same thing. The same thing will go through from 2008, 9, 10, 11. With them, they pull things and be honest by Chroma, we get people and back, with them put where they come, then Berity, then Timbo, or not to Timbo, myself, Agibujalo. Then they can't defend all kind way for turn them around. That the same thing this party self they do. That the same thing that why they do. What then done then can't then tell we say, hey, we pick up a government, a better economy, a this economy. Why they tell we that? We already know. Now make we vote to in. We not they talk like say we're stupid. We're not stupid now because we know say we economy not good. One know they're not good. Now make we put to in. Why they can't tell me again? Not tell me. Go do the job. But every day when you put Mike na that information minister more that the only thing is, then they tell me what waiting APC do. But we know say na that APC do na make we vote to na in. Wanna go give the people a good life.
let me tell you, then why I could go down, then why I could be worse than APC. Because then why one thing, the way me they see them why they not even care. Maybe APC better. Try that when you call them, you see how they can, you see nervousness not in face. But then why are they so arrogant, they don't even care. Then they give you back talk. Then why then they give you back talk? Or they harass you. APC be better, they be a little bit nervous. Where did you see the other day interview on a TV? Like say they see nervousness from it. But then why them bad. Then guy are bad. This BO guy, BO the talk, but first of all, the man they tell we first we go emphasize one, we first win, we go get that way they call na stadium. He say war against indiscipline, war against corruption. What is indiscipline? Indiscipline it was now so past Kuruma not be the talk. Maybe when he not be the talk, then people them defeat now self. But in way talk say they can't control indiscipline. Look what in them people here they do. They all, when you talk, then give back talk. They all they do everything where they want to do, they don't care. But the problem is today, for all them read here where they don't read. So right now, AAA, believe me, if you go knock any box right now, now cutting tree, you show people and they come back to dance. Right now, let matter beauty now cutting tree, them begin knock box behind. You see the same people who they fed for now, who they sit in the struggle. You see them back and they go dance. So sometimes you see them and you say, well, what's me for? No, them people are not here. This is now 60 years. 60 years in 3 months, in 4 months. 60 years in 4 months. Only 2 sets of people them. They not even reach 5,000. Hold the rest of we the 7 million. Put rope now we neck like slave and hang we on top tree. Then they sit down, they drink for you, they laugh. God help we. But then why in order for change, even if APC come back, we go see the same thing. It need a change. Now the 2 people them. Because this same Auditor General will be the talk about that. 2010, 2008, 2009, 2011, 2012. Now we they talk about again, then why and then people here can then tell we say then go do something better. Who say? Then why I had up man they come. I go tell you say non-pandemic why this government non-pandemic no they we come we get it $50,000 in your account. Me, I go put my life on that. They're all non-pandemic no they we then take power, we get it 50,000 in your account. So if you feel say then why they left with $5 in their account, good luck. They're only left with millions because they can't they add up. JJ Safa will not been the watching picture them during the campaign time. JJ Safa in lip they all be the split. They add up, they broke. In lip them in the split. If where the camera they can write before them. Till they look in face. If you are like them throw away oil for them. So now add up man then come. They all add up. Even Alpha Sedu na Moxie be they sleep na Maryland. Look and see on day. I see na 98.1 yesterday morning they talk rubbish. They all now had up people and come. Now that don't want me, brother. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Omar. Yes, call ID live on air. You name and who the call from, please.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. And I want to tell Merry Christmas, Concern Leone. I want to tell Merry Christmas because you're at 5 after 10 in the morning hours. We're inside Christmas. So both families and people who are home and abroad, we wish them a very Merry Christmas. People who are in our hospital, prisoners, and people who are struggling in life, we wish them all a very wonderful Christmas as they go through these problems of this pandemic. And the one and you ask some questions that wouldn't make this thing they repeat itself. One, Sierra Leoneans know the land lesson. Second, it's like corruption then with DNA, because with all this commission of inquiry we don't pass, with all this pendulum of politics forth and back where they happen at the country, the current administration, people who they employ, still need the land lesson, and it's very bad. And again, I want to strongly agree with the first caller where say Parliament gets lapses, because when the Auditor General make short reports, it presents them to Parliament. Waiting a parliamentary responsibility, the one they were involved into the malpractices that we not adhere to protocols and policies them, or have for the procurement policies them. Then for land for call them to Parliament for hearing that waiting go wrong. Who side this document day? Waiting happen with this. Till we get that in our parliamentary system, this thing will continue, government after government after government. You know, these are serious allegations, serious things the way the Auditor General bring up. People need to follow protocols. People need to follow policy and regulation, how for do procurement, how for secure documents, how for enter documents. Wherein if the Auditor General come, it's no need for question Naboku. Me not say any institution or the Auditor General come, it go to write a letter 2 weeks ahead or even a month ahead of notification that we do a audit on this place, on this place, on this place. They give notification and they go just come overnight. So if Auditor General go do an investigation or go do auditing, then after we don't turn it back, now they tell you they take laptop, they run go na ACC, you know the laptop he did in this. It make people get suspicion that where we are this laptop, we are the same laptop that were procured. What when I don't do the laptop them? When I go into software and change things them, this because the laptop carry a lot of information of what they do. Why would the Auditor General go the laptops you are not there? Now, only way you don't turn it back, you make a report now, I tell you they run for good laptop to the ACC. That is very wrong. Even if na SLPP supporter, you get for be very honest. I go for go investigate to ask for a particular laptop there. You know, not to one. I go ask for a laptop they want to buy for owner they use. When I not present nothing. Why don't turn me back and I tell the card laptop, but I don't give report. Even if you not do anything, somebody go say and say, no, let's wait to. They're not going to do something fish with their laptop, then they don't computer, then they. The layman go argue, so and he's right. So in as much as they support the SLPP government, we get also, for be honest, for make sure say we hold every government accountable. Because now an obligation for make you become a patriotic citizen, for make sure say you know decide the political party, you decide things the way right where they make everybody benefit. And we need to tell this, in fact, one of the most humble and cleanest and honest servants in that country, me, I believe, say this woman, if this woman will get in 20, now all institutions in Sierra Leone, to me, life in this Sierra Leone go see a very progressive way. This woman is so honest, is so unbiased in the report. Government in, government house, she has been very consistent in what she has been doing. Not a woman where somebody go threaten or cause on the social media and bend down on doing the right thing for save the country. This woman will go down into the history of Sierra Leone for being the best Auditor General ever in the history of Sierra Leone. We're not back off, we're not back down, we're not bow down to any politician and do the right thing for the Sierra Leonean people. These are the kind of people we need in Sierra Leone. These are the kind of people we need for pray for law we get in Sierra Leone. This woman, I don't know how to tell and thank you. So we now with the SLPP will be they say this woman that the right thing be they call for, that the right thing, that this money be missing correct. Now when they come, the woman don't do audit, so now you're not correct. You see how much a man become unbiased and selfish? Accept the recommendation of the woman and make sure say you press your government or your party where they support say make would go into a full investigation and make sure say we stop this kind of actions. Now that's my main point. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Salon Concern Sierra Leone. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, I get 3 minutes. Your name and who the call from, please.
This is Ibrahim from Maryland. Typically, you ask question, you say, what will make this they happen on this new direction? It's sad. Me answer we me get will not get effective oversight in the parliament. The parliamentarians they not get law for the country and not get law for the people. Because I watch one video where Honorable Givao go na in constituency. Yeah, I see one video where Honorable Givao go na in constituency. What he go talk about? You know, even mention about the audit report too. What he go talk about the people about the compact where they don't select Salon, that $400 million. Now he go talk about the people You know, even measure for say this nine don't come out to so 9 days inside the audit report. You know, even sensitize the people themselves. Because like what we say, with the people some of we will lazy, will not get time for it. What thing they look for? Only what in the campus and social media now they take. Will not get time for them to go over the report. Where are they get time when they read the report? Almost they said shares how the country they go. If only we get effective oversight at the parliament, we don't need no commission of inquiries. But because of the parliamentarian and they will get for no oversight, then they give them brown envelope. Now they make the MDs they are not value them. Now they not valid them because you get your job, somebody will get for car, ask for accountability. If they go call you in a corner, or if na wrong, you go buy them for you, or you give brand envelope. How you go expect you go do effective job? This woman, I let God get long life for everybody. Would they pray for them kind of woman there? Let them be now more position than at the salon, especially at the government side. If you only will get woman there, waiting at the high profile position there, trust me, the corruption they minimize. I not say woman is only corrupt too, but trust me, we demand there, we corrupt more than the woman there. President Bill, if you not take action, the people who they found guilty, now this audit report, you not take action, he and the former president, in terms of fighting corruption, I not see no difference. So let God sorry for we. And God help Mama Salon. Thank you very much, Ripley.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim.
Alright.
Yes, caller, you're live on here. Your name and side the call from, please.
Yeah, good evening, Triple. My name is Alajiba. I call from London.
Yes, Alajiba, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah, my own contribution. I mean, to start with, I want to say thank you for we you to bring come up in there. I mean, for we Sierra Leoneans them for make we able to contribute and give we own opinion. And secondly, I would like to say thanks to my sister, Dr. Esther Tukakejalo, and my own Poti sister for all the efforts and everything we do for help this network. The only thing we may go add towards this particular topic tonight, right? In as much as right now we're all upset, we look at this, but we'll get for sit back as Sierra Leoneans and look at, this is not something we don't do now with society for years. I mean, for make able to come out of this, we get for sit back and start forget a solution from bottom top, right? Wherein we for sit down and look at how we're able to solve this. It's not just a 1 year or 2 year solution, right? We got to start from where something we got to implement curriculum into the schools then, right? Look at how we're able to eradicate corruption in our society, because it took a lot, for over 5 decades, and things that they happen, but even though right now, because of social media, people don't educate and people and point things them out. But we'll go for sit down as a society and look at how we'll come up with solutions then for eradicate corruption, because like what Mother been saying, a pandemic, so we need for sit down as a society and get a solution to them. Not only my own contribution tonight.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Triple A.
Yes, caller, you get 3 minutes. Your name and side the call from, please.
I call from Maryland. Okay. So the question we asked is why this corruption not they done still continue. I'm sure like 3 or 4 previous callers that we each on Parliament. Yes, Parliament, I blame them 100% because then they give the money, say, okay, this particular institution need this year. Then can say we need 100 million. We need 100 million. Now they don't give them this 100 million. When they go buy, what they go buy? Your duty is supervise, check them, audit them, put them down, say, okay, let me see what you buy. Let me see what thing they go on. If it is not right, then we'll go solve under. But these politicians and parliamentarians are working on commissions. When they make the door because they work out commission. When they go charge 10 million, they will spend 5 million, they don't say if bad they get 2 million in the pocket by the side. So it will never done. It will never done. Now, when they say parliament, we know for the president, not for dissolve parliament, because the people that will vote for the parliamentarians say, yes, I will vote them, but tell me, what are they doing for the people? What did they do for we? We vote them in, but now we don't get a power for pull and commodity. If the president get power for pull and commodity, then it pull and day, because this is getting it's like a how they call it, a quid pro quo. Do this for me, I do this for you. Do this for me. Then they work in the parliament. So without that, without the quid pro quo, the parliament, if parliament no go ever, if corruption no go ever done, it no go done. When somebody don't go buy, you don't go say we don't get 100 million for go buy 3 motorbikes. Una find what the price for the motorbikes. Una do the mathematics. Look like state side. You see the government. What they want to take motorcar, if the Ford that they deal with, the Ford direct people that they deal with Ford. That then they deal with direct, they get a motorcar. If the Chevy, they go to Chevrolet, they deal with Chevy then. They don't go to third party, say, okay, Mr. Joko, okay, we're selling a Ford, you go check the price. No. It's all about corruption. So if the parliament do not get things straight, if they don't get things straight, for let we alone people enjoy the benefit of the country, I'm telling you, they need for dissolve the whole parliament because they do nothing for the Salon people. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Alaji.
You're welcome.
Yes, caller, you're live on air. Your name and outside the call from, please.
My name is the call from Greece.
You get 3 minutes, sir.
Okay. So happy Christmas first. Yeah. What me try for say concerning the audit report, especially the one with for the timber. As soon as them call that figure, that first man we I don't know if not chairman or something, that journalist we for say 5 billion. I say what this now? What did they talk? It's not $5 billion dollars, 1 trillion. I know say fourth day. Without that woman, without the woman, the auditor general not talk herself. I know say fault. Then in a force, it not be right because then kind money they force. No, they talk 5 billion. Now one all economy money than they within a year. So just if you do, if you then get the whole thing within a year, the calculator, GDP no will do so. And two, the corona response team. Yeah, the woman tried because you could audit them, but at least the computer them and the generator. I don't see that woman in back now. Maybe you go tired or in people no go day for go or when a police soldier the day before, maybe they make negligence because of the woman tell us go audit they for don't produce this generator do not me. This thing, this computer, this so area, the woman for don't understand. Although they overprice them, then they overprice them.
Okay,
sure.
Make I help you first, but this two you talk because the line one,
Yeah.
so no one with them because I just explain na just now. I don't know if you know understand. Okay.
Yeah,
Let's say the generator. The generator,
Yeah.
auditor where they go, now waiting there now the fixed asset form. Now they look for.
Okay.
Where then go
Okay.
there, the form say 50 kVA generator.
Okay.
Where then
Yeah.
go they meet 65 kVA generator.
65,
50
okay.
and 65 are not the same. So to the auditors them, they don't meet generator, they don't meet the 50 kVA.
Okay.
Anti-corruption
Okay.
don't go there now. Don't go say, okay, yes, now 65 DD. The 50, na
Okay.
mistake. But anti-corruption
Okay,
say,
well,
then
not
they
to the-
investigate that one day. But not to the
Okay,
auditor,
yeah.
not to investigator. In a waiting in a form, now they go
Yeah,
look
now
for.
what's it for me? Saying yeah, now you
The
look for
laptop them. They now produce laptop where then carry and go to anti-corruption watch them. The procurement slip. The slip where all the laptop then they waiting the 47 laptop. Yes, they carry with 47 laptop, but the kind 47 laptop they carry not to the same with the slip. So now the same thing now in the Auditor General report to talk about because waiting do now waiting then at the procurement form, waiting then at the fixed asset slip, now then they look for whatever you submit when no match them, it's missing.
Yeah.
You don't understand now.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Carry on,
And then
sir.
the people the government for try for modernizing system because if they want to stop the leakages and they get for modernizing system. We be say where this man go by, it reflects every side as you can't click so you put any with self information they come up click. That's and the woman self no go dey worry himself for go so spend money. It didn't in your office. Then get all the information and all the departments way for go about. Once you go, you click, they don't amend them without wasting transport. Click say Mr. XYZ. waiting and waiting he procure. Waiting he buy this year. It dey all thing you click on a computer, he go, he see, say yes, now this happen. Now so side and go out. Then they go verify number simple, but paperwork, someone careless, receipt, we not then another system they again, now 21st century. He go make receipt, yes, but if you put her under data, at least the thing will be transparent, no hard for check. People know, even for employ boku, where the woman, the auditor general, they say, and then get then staffs them no boku. Now they, because if they make put out everything computerized, everything we make any transaction, they where they go, then get them code the charts, say department A or finance minister this, whose money we take out, whose money we come inside. It in my office, they check out without wasting time. Go ask Mr. AY. Let's I go ask them. Yeah, now the thing and the people in corruption in that country, they left. Sometimes the president will be good, but the people already under. Now the same people in them permanent secretary, they other people they all yuki. They want try no more for manipulate back any other thing for the civil country there. But me not taking another bubble. Kelfala him back making him. So if he left, set example in that country, a big problem. That country they need for straight corruption or fine. Let them avoid corruption business. We get problem. We don't get water in that country there. People they suffer for all again the way they can in that country. They get extreme the way they run. Now you buffet they don't make this program. This money, this 400 million they count. Look go trust, but look can make water pump now the one whole country. Alina 6 billion. Who ready? Yeah, thanks.
Thank you very much. Eh?
Yeah.
Yes, caller, you're live on here. Your name and who side you call from, please.
Yeah, this is I have a call from years.
Yes, I get 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah, I think because Ibrahim talk about the president for sack all the parliamentarians, then member of parliament. The president not get authority there. This member of parliament then elect them. The president now appoint them, so he not get authority for sack them. If you want sack the minister, then we appoint, and then other parastatal people, then they fall short of doing their job. And here, Umar from LA, we not can say eye to eye, but in submission, he hit another nail, exactly right on what he say, at the fact, and I give kudos for that, and they never change nothing in that system there, because the people themselves, they sit on a corner, they wait for coming to parliament next election, then self not the demanding. When they come, the only thing they're concerned about now for chap, put money in their pocket, and that's not going to happen in that country there until they find somebody we really get real great fruits, they look family, they look friends, they look at anybody where you misbehave, it deal with you, But until then, that's no more than good happen. That's my contribution.
Thank you very much, Ayo.
Yeah.
Yes, caller, I get 3 minutes. Your name and who side you call from, please.
Mina Manas is here. I call from Abu Dhabi. Happy Christmas to Australians all over the world.
Same to you.
I tell you, thank you for the program. We bring on board. It's a necessary and good for democracy. We will discuss on anything they are right now, because we know before this time we only debate on anything they are by God in power. Then people will change, but I agree with one caller. We talk about the people that we did diaspora, because people who don't travel, or we all don't travel, we know within the system correctly they work on inside there. You need to think of mass. You know the next side there. Wait till you think of now you over time, how you go able to go find order if you get 1 or 2 job for do, so that you be able to cover up, pay your bills. If you don't do now oversee, you don't left there, you don't go down for go improve the people in life. All they have to do, they cry, say people that they suffer down and people they sell, but immediately will go down. People that go down, they give them job. The first thing they think of now for how they get the money back and support the people that we then get now oversee back. You see how money good in the country. The one where they feel say they don't come on, they don't travel, they don't go land this good system. They go fix the system. They for go damage the system back, because they get responsibility back America or wherever they come from. We all know the taxes and what they pay. Well, everybody know. Tax on the you running tax on the ever wait for you. Any side way in at the war, you get for return people their money back. You see, then now the poor people then we then bigger they send the money to them back and get for take them back. We they don't send on the department and they take them back. They send na they from to the from Bude. Now they own the problem. Because if we don't say every now and then kind of radio station where they say the system broken, but if you don't fall, you know the fortunate one, you don't get inside the system. Why you don't go there at least try your level best and try for fix that system there, that you still different way from manipulating the system, which you know they do that. You know they do. You get from honest with yourself and as alone. Who the people that I can see beaucoup social media forum they advocate for these two parties. Everybody they advocate for your party. When your party don't count win now, they send for let him go for the people there. Now the people in this again, we they for the sabotage the whole system again because the responsibility we then get now is very different than the one we they get as alone. You see, today they listen radio the bank governor they say money not the people they take money from the country they send and overseas. I don't see that not necessary because people in there they need money. We the work if now yourself any money they send to if I'm then not bad. Nobody don't say for do good. But the one waiting for the people then not left fan. What the cry say this and then NDAs and they don't own that they don't own that places and they know the system, they know how for thief in that country. If you then say just not back they get for change then they go see na politics. Because however they need then a permanent secretary, they permanent, they know the commodity, they know the system, they know how they for thief. No we know the way you go make how possible for over 30, 40, 50 years, you know the same side no more in the work. When I say in job secure. You know the thief? And the thief. Because you know say in job is safe. Nobody know the shaka and the place there. So anybody we can we should in his no more. Yeah, I guess so thing. That's why I want to forgo. But the thing is very clear. Procurement, you do procurement, follow procedure. Do procedure, you don't done. You don't go, nobody not go for even the candidate they can't ask you say bring document for what and what you don't do. You go to provide them because you follow procedure. You don't go wait after how many years before you go bring document for the previous activity you don't do. It's undone. People they're the wicked people in another country. And when they say what they come on they go and they sing down they contribute to the internet very greatly. I tell you thank you for what you do for at least nobody discuss on that thing. The guy they know say the politician they know say we say safe for our people. We will not plan for going to politics. I know if you want to say because now sin to the people because the money to you get down patient with the salary. If you know say your salary no good, come on and the place come back and oversee. They can find good salary pay job. Good beginnings offer the people under. I tell you thank you for that day. Don't continue for the talk about this issue there. This issue that if I follow talk about them because then Monday if not talk about them, nobody know the change. They know the change. But what would they talk on?
Okay. Thank you very much, Manny. Yes, caller, you're live on air. You get 3 minutes. Your name and who you call from?
My name Kuruma. I call from the United States. Yeah, me, I will blame the president Paris whole thing. Of course, I think they forget the blame. Then Kefala, the president didn't shoot him in foot. These are too much human rights. I mean, it's like any the poor back in Africa. Already, it's like naturally they don't violate with people in that country. They not get better health facility. They not get access to better drinking water. It's not like the country in a desert. Alone a very rich country. If only we can manage the resources very well, I don't think that country will really like how it is so today. And waiting me could so not just this corruption. And to be honest with you, the president really tell you say again for kind increase the dosage, on corruption for block the leakages. And when they say corruption, triple A, it's not just about like you go thief money put on a pocket. And when we say corruption for stop our country, we not just need for look up to the politicians, each and everybody for contribute for what try stop this corruption. Then Kepala exactly go catch teachers and bring them kind of country, people then vex. At the end of the day, president he apologize. So if anybody I quite believe he said would hesitate really, for doing job. For doing job. The other thing when I go try where I go tell you, all the crisis, unemployment rate so high in our country. Government are the highest employer in our country. But to be honest with you, triple A, people don't just treat government jobs serious in our country. Auditing is not like an exam. Or it's even an exam, I quite believe, in key guideline. And they show time or notification. They can give notification when they come out office. So when you very well know, say, audits they come, now you place, for really, like try set up your office so that when they can, they not go embarrass it. But just because people know they treat government jobs serious in our country, that we can end up forgetting kind reporter. And the other thing again, like this report don't come, even as much as people do not get for facing, some harsh consequence, this now it will be endless problem. This human rights what they talk about. I mean, it's like China not too much mixed with human rights. We all know what the consequence of corruption at China. And see what's China did today. Madam Million contribution. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Koma. Yes, caller, your name and who side you call from, please?
My name is Tucker. I call from the Netherlands.
Yes, Tucker, you get 3 minutes. What's my contribution?
My contribution, actually, first of all, I wish you season greetings to all the Sierra Leoneans and also may God make things can come good for we. My own contribution on this specifically on the timber, at first when myself be listening to these reports where they go out there, I be look get confused small and I be get little bit of question with the Auditor General. But when I don't take a listen to where you play everything, you don't play everything. I find out say Auditor General, the woman we the interview, I find out say it just caught in the middle of political games. You understand? Because me on south side I be get a question mark now outside the timber calculation. It come up. The timber calculation it come up because maybe they ask it, but Auditor General na accountant say also. So if you don't go calculate something and you don't know the figure, so why therefore bring an out? Say na this, na the. Why not for don't say, oh, but when I listen where you don't play the thing down, I'll understand from the woman say, where they don't do the where in do the calculate, where they do everything, then tell the people and the accountant and say, look, this thing I do not correct. You understand? They recommend say, no, it don't make sense. So what did the politician then, what did they do? Because everybody want to score a political point. So that one day they use Dande against Dande, that day they use Dande against Dande. So waiting they happen now, the poor woman caught in the middle. You understand? Dande they say na this woman, na the woman. Dande they say no, na the woman. No, the woman no get no fault because as an auditor, if you would do accounting or you do auditing small, the way the woman explain, na exactly in work you go do. You go, you ask for documented things that we go for go audit, then present them to you. You watch for the things them. If you then match waiting for match, then you say, okay, this is a match. If you not match, you say you not match. And you give your advice to the people them where you can't audit for. In this case, now the government. Now, it make people in the blame back the parliament, myself I subscribe to that. Because the only people they responsible are the parliament, because in an organization, now by force for you, for let you answer to an auditor, where auditor come, if you listen the woman got a lot of struggle for come say I want to audit una they begin bend because of why? Because now government. If in a private company, nobody know the bend. Now because of now government, so then the bend and so then the bend and so then the bend. Waiting at the need for lay the action for computer, una no producer. Then but where anti-corruption come at the producer. You understand? Because the auditor, where then go there, they work not for go beat now. Then you work now for just go take records of waiting and feel say according to their standards of waiting and practice. Now maybe they talk now international standards they use for audits. So now in standard indents and standard they use. So waiting they don't go find out the discrepancy or the variance, then just they explain and this will see this so not of them they work around for say beat up or do this. You will get your own business now. That in this case the parliament now una know what you for do. But like how other callers in they say, them people are they only receive envelope, so they don't care about government something. You know, they don't care about government something. So this woman, me on view when I listen after all this we don't play, she just caught in the middle of political games. Everybody will use her for score points. This person they use her and say, hey, so this other person they say thereafter they say, you know, no. You know what it mean for because some people they don't know what it mean for be auditor. An auditor now a professional. It just feel like when you be a lawyer, you dey study law, but pass you go inside the law school, you go back and train before you begin practice. I'm not so auditor. You can study auditing, study editing, but you get to go back for study professionally. So that woman don't take how many years like I talk. So, but this politics now with country, AAA, it spoil everything. People don't get the country at heart. It's so sorry and empathetic. You know, now that they know me say I contribute into when I see a pick up say yes, let people stop for give this woman bad name, you know.
Thank you very much, caller.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, caller, you're live on air. Your name and inside the call from, please.
Oh, listener Sanu, I call from Hawaii. How are you, girl?
Not bad. You get 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah, AAA, clever man. Fellow, if people they listen at this forum, they know what they call Sanu. Now maybe the chief cost accounting later I end up of working audit service in Leone, one of Bombali, Northern Province branch, who head office then along Sa Road. And that be okay for 1 year work and travel can America. Okay, now that leading I employ Mr. PS. Fellow, that country, I like the way that other guy how you analyze Tony. I know saying that guy is if you get a background in accounting, I like that. The problem of that country today is a lack of compliance. Compliance, 9 people in the neglect that country today. We auditors, we don't want audit a farm or want audit any public parastatals, be it a private or public or any other NGOs. We get a document, what they always send to them people and that document today, we call them engagement letter. Then they give that document 1 month before the auditor they come. That engagement letter day, now they outline all what they can audit you for. Listen, we don't give you go ahead. This documents paper, now they can audit you for. Find the documents there. Find this, so that all come, we don't make them on a compliance. You understand what I mean? You don't listen, no, this day you comply. This day you comply. This day or this no day you not comply, we'll make recommendations. We auditors, we are not there to give people problems. We are only there to give our opinion on a fair view, to give the opinion of the organization. We're only there for give this and that. No. People in the time for blame Telopias. Now, very, very disciplined woman. They move to make their orientation. The man they tell me, when I not sell integrity for 100,000, for 1 million, for 2 million. People let me go audit in Kabbalah. If people remember KSS, Kabbalah Secondary School, KSS. That principal, I don't know if you don't count or not. Stay today. That part they will see take the bag, they say they go in the house. We'll ask them about the vouchers them. They say go inside, we'll stay today. So I don't know whether I don't come back here or not. I'm telling you simply. That part of the reason that the voucher now 68 teachers. Nah, KSS. Out of those 68 teachers, the one who now the actual voucher they signed the time book now be 13 teachers. 13 teachers. You get the other communities and I will sum up to about 20 something. You know, my problem now compliance. People in compliance. It's not even say what they say that woman will go audit him. So on the day, now because of lack of documents. Okay, like look at the example. What's the real woman in which say? Now, then someone say go buy 47 computers. They say, okay, now the procurement slip, when I go buy put Mac 9 at the procurement slip. But when I go produce na HP or the other thing. What's it go do that today? Like if na force, you guilty. You're guilty for everything if na. You know, anyway, people and me on sometimes.
Thank you very much, Sanu.
Hello?
Yes, caller, you're live on here. Your name and who side you call from, please.
Yeah, this is Omar from Minneapolis.
Yes, Umar, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Happy holidays to everyone.
Same to you.
Yeah. I know you asked some question there, but I want you, I know the picture on the spot, but I want you to help me answer the question then back together. Maybe you could come to a common terms. But I know me not a politician actually, but would I responsible for appropriate funds in Sierra Leone, campaign government wise?
Who are responsible for?
Yeah, for appropriate money then.
Are you talking about the budget?
Yeah, like money in general. They say, they don't send some money out for let people that procure stuff then, match the receipt and other stuff there. Would that part of the government thing appropriate them funds then?
The Ministry of Finance.
Okay. But it says the parliament can really involve into that stuff. Now that's how they try to forget it.
The parliament, then they go parliament approve, then finance do the
exactly. Then it's sent out to the Ministry of Finance in hand, correct? Yes. What you make they ask them question and then people and they even overseas or developed countries there. Then people and the way they pass the appropriation and it come with ties behind them, right? For any stuff where they appropriate, say this is to go for this. But you get for meet this condition then first. I will get for all this down and all that stuff then. I don't think then guidelines that they go with. Not so it can be. Okay. Because me not the political person. I just say look, from time immemorial, now the first audit this ever do in Sierra Leone. Okay, but till then this they repeat every time, correct? Yes. But the people the way they appropriate their money then what they don't do for let them really, set guidelines there, say let this not happy all the time. I know the pointing I said that one government from time immemorial don't get independence. 30 days. Waiting people then they do whether the parliamentarians there for let them call this particular thing keep for happening all throughout to with this today. Or if you just say that they put on, but then people on the fly, they fragrantly they do things that way alternate to the stuff. But even at that system for them in place, if you really want to curb the corruption and other thing, then that they force. So now then duty that one day for let them put things in place. Say if you they give this money to this, now this kind of receipt, auditor general they come, we have already for audit for this year, for letting them go be. Genuine and then transparent, not so. Now that me feel say will be so the blame is related to them people where they appropriate this year. If they know they put law there for attached to this thing there, whatever they there's a problem there. So the problem falls on them because it is they happen from time immemorial and unable to fix it. If you not fix that place there, you have to let fix any side here. Secondly, I come to the Auditor General. Very excellent job they do. One side way a drawback there. You understand? I don't know if you know what is the population for educated people in Sierra Leone. You don't know that number there. The problem with me get here and that, because I know saying an excellent job they do so. But for long we educate people there, say that so say a lot of Boku people know supporting to go on there and finances stuff and how people take money and then they misappropriate her, right? Yes. So now in one place that they all let them begin that sensitization, that education, they for educate people. Then they go know how for both the people inside. Me say that thing and they all know they come out. Now it makes some people go vote for one person all the time because he said that constituency come on, that this place come on. But if they educate the people and say, hey, get somebody where you be to say you taxpayer money, go do a good thing. You go bring something because even you access it, everybody will fight for your own constituents for let them develop it, correct? Yes, now that them for BD educate. Now that one drawback number one, I see, because I think say when them in the interview and then people and then they ask reasonable question, legitimate question, they seem like say it be kind of testy a little bit there. But read it. If you depend on reading the report, even we say we educate self, you say no, so we know the time, we don't spend time say for reading the report there, right? We don't spend time, but you will understand what you go on. Now you get for educate the people. Pay to the small person waiting at the village and let them know exactly what they vote for. So, na my own contribution that I thank you so much for allowing me.
All right, thank you very much, Umar.
Yeah.
Yes, Janet, you get the platform.
Merry Christmas to everybody. Well, I know they feel well all in this year, but here I am today because this topic don't go past me. Wait here. First of all, I want to say thank you very much to Tony. Tony is a great teacher. I learned so much from Tony, just giving breaking down the situation as I see him. Something the way I pick up after I wait Tony don't talk and all the little research I do, I feel to say what is lacking now in Sierra Leone. Look what we don't say that for the last 59 years. Coming to 60 next year, like the same situation. I think to say now, administrative supervision, I ain't lacking at the ministry them. If they will get a administrative supervision they where they take place, so say in terms of procurement process for follow-up, then getting data and all of those things. I feel to say the government now, therefore begin look at say every ministry forget a supervisory person where they overlook where they look into their situation, so may not repeat themselves. It's gone on far too long, so you begin to ask yourself what is missing, what can we learn from previous years, what's the way forward. So next steps go be men and get this supervisory person them. Now each ministry for make sure say then they follow up with everything they do. So by the time when the UMA they can do in work, then again no reason. There is a sister of mine on the thread we talk about they forget a data trail so that when information maybe as they produce income profit and loss account every year. If I buy tomatoes with the money I get when they pay me for my work, I for put and down. I forget receipt. These are all the things you put together. Forget you for sure the country say the resources where they assign to you, which you use them for. All then say we Tony don't teach me tonight about about financial statements, about performance, and when I read through them, what is lacking is oversight and control. Control is lacking. I know I go too far. I want to say to everybody, thank you for the year where we all don't spend together on this program. Everybody enjoy themselves until we come again some other time. Tripoli, I want to say thank you for the great job we do. And Tony, keep teaching. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Janet. For just round up on this one, the 2019 Auditor General's report. I just want to remind the Ministry of Information and Communication. Dear, that's all we then be do. For go around the country now, all the districts them, say then they go popularize the Commission of Inquiry, the white paper. We want them back. For go around now, every district, for go popularize this audit reports. Yes? And then the day, the government money back them is spend. And if you been listening, then fine. We then be saying they go popularize the white paper for making the people understand what's inside the white paper. You go know what's in them be go talk. So that same talk with them be go talk. For go tell the people them. Do ya? We parliament don't see don't pan this one. We want to make them take this back. Make them go to the districts and back. Make them go popularize them back. Because not to say that the Commission of Inquiry white paper no more now for popularize. Now popularize this one self. So that the people then go know waiting they inside this report. And for the commissioner, until the parliamentarian say the report, na my opinion, if you say they go join them, say na like how then do the survey what they can do. And so na just my opinion. When they say parliament corrupt, police corrupt, ministers corrupt, and so na just my opinion. So the reports come and I back up, it's na my opinion. So the commissioner say, this not to my opinion, no. Not to my own opinion at all. So, it go get for proof until we say, not to my opinion. But waiting at the irony na waiting at the two-way catch na from where anti-corruption they investigate Honorable Paran and Honorable Tawa. 30 days they not come out with that findings date. I don't know if you remember that. From where anti-corruption say then they investigate Honorable Paran and Honorable Tawa. Where them be they show themselves. Where what them be the boss na do. What's happened? We up to now we not get the findings. What's make a cow this? Now because we don't hear about parliament. Honorable Gevao. We mistake talk. We then quiz and a corner. We then undersweat them. We then want 3 foot and I say, wait. I go say, I apologize for what I say. Parliament corrupt. But Honorable Tawa, as Tawa as he is, as Tawa as he is, 30 days, Itawa, itimap or itimap. I don't know if you be saying then there's an AYV. We continue the launch by them. He say now they don't put on bien na parliament. He say na bien they don't put her. They don't change his seat past almost 10. Imagine no. He say they don't change his seat past almost 10. They don't send and go right behind na parliament. He say if they don't make it talk there, in go to go na the media they will give them platform for talk. So if Honorable Tawa still they talk, then try for quiz and agree take quiz. Also you feel say that issue dey pa that investigation where ACC they investigate, we make 30 days. We no hear nothing. Also if you say dey. But Honorable Tawa, it's map uside. It's map day, and I not think say he ready for me to scare them. But we all Honorable Indolo. Well, in that. In that. But they wait. We ACC ready? Then go tell we. Because we dey try for say Parliament get work na for do. And a big work. But if Parliament have been accused for being corrupt, even the institution will carry out the survey, then threaten the whole. But the threatening no last far because Titi do not refap. Even this one. Wait, so Parliament come all they then go for can sit down para. And get for can sit down para. Let us see what in Parliament go do. Because Parliament the fit for redeem in name, but oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hey. 2019 Auditor General's report don't go more. You don't hear from the Auditor General in safe. Like me, I'm disappointed. I not be think say now this Auditor General report now in the new direction go give salon for Christmas. But until the report early, let's wait and see what in Parliament go do. The Auditor General say they can sit down, they can call NSF, go explain and defend. And let's see the outcome. And let's see what in the president go do. Because now that day, I ain't gonna make a ticking box, so now I ain't gonna make you say, good to do. And I don't think say it all reach time for make we say good to do right now. Because it's too early. Let Parliament do the work. I be ask the question. You feel say inside the new direction we supposed to see this? Why you think this man forget got for doing? He forget say the train na new road they go pass. Or na because he see say, I beg you, we just announce a new road, but na old road do they pass. The driver and the apprentice they no side for pass. Now the passengers they no side and they go. Say new road. They say, I mean a new road I could allow hop na ya. But the driver and the apprentice, then be don't talk and would they call for new road. Una no worry you. They call for new road. Where they go, they swing on a old road. Now they see so. Still yet, with the passenger then, they inside the motor so they say, this road is bumpy you. It's not a new road. This is an old road. They tap out back. The driver and the apprentice. So now they see a new road this. This is a new road. But no, new road, they don't make a new road. It's not rough so. It's not town so. They say, now this small parts no more. They come on and adjust no. And we be say, this party be mix panda out and one day I make. They still all back new road. Even though na old road then they cruise with we. We even reach on side them back we get for candle. They say no now the construction is still in process. I make. It's a new direction. Enough for being see this. But all of the minister them, but all of the MDs them, they say they can go retreat. Then they go retreat too. What see they can go talk there? And then they go again say, Lord, just they tell them say, na new road, or they pass na old road. Because it's supposed to reflect. It's supposed to reflect. Because as for the parliamentarian, now they want to make kind of like a me, Triple A believe say, they make them be play that game or them play for make the parliament deal like I did so. Because now be all part of the plan. Again, God help Salon. It's a Merry Christmas. Yeah? Merry Christmas, oh, Merry Christmas. Christmas, they will not go there. But we go there Saturday. Yeah? Saturday we go there. Well, I'll just take rest for Christmas Day, chill and enjoy. Saturday, okay. You know how we can do it. Lord left ya. Merry Christmas. Stay safe. And don't forget to COVID-19 they out there. So take time the laddie that if you want to come on and do. Saturday we can't talk small how spend the Christmas during lockdown. Eh? Lockdown during Christmas or Christmas during lockdown. Anyway, I'll just play one or two things and get the year as we left here. To meet again on Saturday. Triple A say, tata.